You know, I generally try to speak positively about the games that I walk through, but this week's episode has me at a loss for positive words. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES is a video game travesty. Is it multiplayer? Of course it's not. Is it impossibly difficult to beat? Yeah, we got you covered. Can the turtles swim? Sure, but also no. Do you include ridiculous enemies that show up nowhere else in TMNT's canon? Yep. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Most gamers that I know got to the dam level and proceeded to chuck their controller at the television shortly thereafter, in the face of this seemingly impossible task. Did you know that this game has 4 more areas after that? And that they get progressively more difficult and nerve-wracking? 4 million copies of this game sold worldwide. 4 million! And when I was 9, I couldn't find one person that could get past the party wagon stage. Maybe now you have an idea of just how absurd this game is. Alright, enough talking. Let's trudge through this miserable title and check it off of our list. Alright, by now you know the drill. Subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this video if you enjoy it, and leave us a comment about how awesome this game is if you're truly delusional, because I am not particularly looking forward to this week's episode. And that's unfortunate, because as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles enthusiast and lover of all things Turtles from the 90s, this is such a massive disappointment for me as an NES gamer and as a TMNT fan myself. And it starts out with such a great intro, too. I mean, you see the mutation of the turtles, the display of their weapons, and you're looking at this going like, this is going to be a sweet game. Great opening sequence, line up the turtles next to each other, Splinter pointing out that April's been taken, leads you into the game perfectly, right? But those of us who have played this game know way better that this game is treacherous and awful. So let's just get it going. We are starting out in Area 1, and sure enough, they start you right by a sewer you absolutely don't need to enter, and you only find that out after going in it a million times as a kid, before realizing it leads you nowhere. But once you get into this final sewer in this first area over to the right, you descend down into the first stage, or the first area you need to clear, and right off the bat, we're going to switch over to Donatello, and you fight Bebop, one of the, high-level later bosses, that you would think in this game. No, you're going to fight him literally in the first sewer that you get into. He's gone for the rest of the game. Bebop completely gone. Rocksteady about to be toast here in a minute, right off the bat. So we're going to take care of these other lesser known enemies for the remainder of the game. Sorry, I'm just still on a rant about how much I don't really enjoy this game, but we're going to get through it today. Stay on Donnie here. He has the most powerful weapon, obviously, because why wouldn't a big wooden stick be more powerful than metal swords or literally anything else? Big wooden stick, of course, must be the most mighty weapon of all. Let's kill this giant mutated frog. I can only assume that's one of the battle frogs, maybe, that they were trying to give homage to there. But nonetheless, Donnie makes short work of all of these enemies, and then we're going to clear out this final one on top as we work our way through the second sewer that we're going to. And then once you do, you pop up on the kind of top left of Area 1 and into the final building you're going to need to clear this first area. So I like to switch to Raph here. He takes care of these floating, dragonflies, whatever they are, fairly easily. And then you can just kind of hop over here to the top platform and up the ladder you go. Rat King, I guess a Rat King, but there are millions of them, so it really doesn't feel like it can be Rat King. Boomerang throwers, I don't even know what those enemies are, but you work your way over to the left here, and then Rocksteady, the other henchman here, you're going to have to deal with. Now, there is a trick where you can jump up on the boxes on the right and hit Rocksteady with Don's bow every time he jumps, but just to save time, I'm just going to attack him from the bottom platform. And not too difficult to start things off. You are through Area 1 and rescuing April O'Neil, who says, "Don't let the Foot Clan destroy the dam." You have my support. So many of you, if you're still watching this by now, many of you are like, okay, I got to see this, because this level, the dam level, was the one that I absolutely could not get past as a kid or even as an adult or a well-adjusted professional in my adult years. Well, we are going to get through it today. And actually, this was not an area that I struggled with too much as a kid. It was the next stage that I could never get through. But we take out this, clearly the Chainsaw Massacre enemy that is noted in TMNT lore. You have to go ahead and take out here. Another fine aspect of this game, that they just give you enemies that make no appearance in TMNT anywhere, including these giant flies. No idea what those are. At least the mousers, while terribly drawn, are at least included in TMNT somewhere. Okay, and these weird, I don't know, drone helicopter things, just avoid those and work your way to the left here. All kidding aside, one of the keys to getting through this game is some patience in certain spots. You want to take your time clearing all of these enemies methodically, and using the right turtles in the right spots to preserve the health of the ones that you're going to need later. And but right now I'm kind of on autopilot. I've done these first 2 levels enough that just getting through them and kind of showing you the path through until we get to the dam level, or the actual swimming part of the dam level, that I'll start to get into a little bit more detailed account of how to get through these areas. All right, so take out these little, helicopters, drones, whatever they are. If you work your way all the way to the right, there is a full pizza. I'm going to go ahead and get it here because I want to give Raph his life back from a couple of hits I took earlier. And we're going to use Don for this next section up here to clear out the enemies on top. And then we've got, at the end of this, a nice... Well, actually, let's go to Leo, because I can just jump over these things anyway. But we've got a nice, treacherous little jump we're going to have to go over, that if you don't hit it perfectly, you fall all the way to the beginning and have to do that whole thing again. But thankfully I made it. Okay, just a little hop there, and then we are on top of the dam and working our way to where we're going to start swimming. So for the swimming area, I like to move over and use Mike, because I use him for very few parts of this game, so if he loses life, it's not the end of the world for me. So starting out, you're going to defuse that... Oh, great, took a hit right off the rip. You're going to defuse that first bomb immediately to your right, and then swim through these... lasers, these electric nodes. I love how the electricity doesn't affect you at all. You're in water, a giant conductor, but the electricity is confined only to those small pixelated spots. Work your way up in the next section, defuse the bomb to your left. That is 2 out of 8, and then you're going to go back down and go to the right, coming up to a couple more electric beams to work your way through, and then... the third bomb taken care of there. Now make sure to keep tapping A here. That pink stuff, the seaweed, can grab you, and then swim very close to the center of this and you can escape without taking any damage there. Going to work your way back to the left and through the seaweed to get bomb number 4. And then we are, we're off and moving here. Minute 41 left, plenty of time. Don't need to take damage unnecessarily. I don't even want to talk about what is above us. It is the worst area of the entire game, in that the seaweed provides a path that I don't think any human being can swim through without basically dying. So just take your hits, try to limit them as much as you can. Don't wait too long, and as soon as I'm down to 1 health, I got to switch over to Raph here. You're going to need to make use of multiple turtles in this. Oh, great. Took that one right on the kisser. All right, you're going to need to make use of multiple turtles in this one, and but using Mike and Raph should be enough to get us through this section here, and then you eventually get the timing of these electric beams. You're going to need to work your way to the right of this one to get bomb number, I believe this is 6, or maybe it's 5. My goof, I think it might be 5. I can't remember. Who cares? Doesn't matter. We're going to get them all. Then descend down. We're going to work our way to the right. Oh, that was 6, because this is number 7 here. After we work through that beam, then you can descend, and we're into the final stretch. So 1 more electric beam before you go through the seaweed nightmare here at the bottom. I just try to keep it level here with Raph. You can just, swim right along the base of that top seaweed. That's a good guide for you. Got through there with no hits. We're rolling. Then 2 more beams, take 1 hit, and your final bomb is defused. So hopefully that gives you a guide of what that area, how that area can be cleared relatively easily. It's not easy, frankly. Those seaweed areas are brutal. I like to use Mike, then Raph, then Leo, then Don, in that order if you need all that health. And once you clear the dam, you go back to your house and you think everything's going to be fine. And sure enough, they have ransacked your entire apartment, but somehow the TV is fine. And Shredder then decides at that very moment he will broadcast himself on the TV, and then it appears as though his hand is coming out of the TV, like Samara from The Ring. I mean, we're talking serious 3D TV stuff here in 1990. That's pretty advanced stuff. So I got to give him credit that he knew how to use technology to his advantage. So he tells you that Splinter's been taken. You must defeat the Foot Clan to get him back. They are waiting for you. Ha, comma, ha, comma, ha, exclamation point. And sure enough, we move to Area 3, where we have the party wagon at our disposal. So April tells you, let's go get Splinter. There's the party wagon. And let's start Area 3. So the key of this one, you're only going to need to enter, you technically only need to enter one building before you go to the end of this area. The rest of the buildings in this area are all decoys that don't have anything that you need. All you need to do is enter this first building and get the rockets that are available in the stage above. So I'm using Leo now here. Grab a little pizza for whoever you might need. I'm giving it to Raph here. I know Mike is down on health, but there's a full pizza in the next room that we're going to give him when we get to that point. So ascend up here. Eventually, I am going to switch over to Donnie, but just going to use Leo for the time being while I can. All right, now it's time. And when we get to the end here, I like the flame guys being here. That's actually very, very good. The other ones have the detachable heads that automatically take a hit up here, but I don't have to if I have the flame guys. And then, again, only a step or two, clear out all the enemies if you can. Don't take unnecessary damage from these guys if you don't have to. Nice thing about Don, too, is that bow staff, when you fire the bow out, there's a little bit of it that comes out from behind, so you can attack enemies from behind you with that if you're ever in a spot where they're like right on your tail kind of thing, which sometimes happens with those flame guys. All right, well, now we got Hedzo here, but 2 swipes with the bow take him out. Like I said, can't avoid that hit there if you go up there with that enemy at your, that you're taking on. Okay, a couple of shots up with the bow, take out these things. These, again, Foot Clan balloons, which were so popular in TMNT lore. Have we ever seen any of these enemies before this game? I don't think we have. All right, full pizza, get Mike back up and running, and now we're in good shape. Back down here. Oh, again, they respawn, of course. Not my favorite to deal with. And then one more of these guys, a couple of bow strikes to take care of them, and then just walk across this pit. You can spend a lot of time thinking you need to jump. You don't. Anytime there's just a single gap like that, you can walk right across it, and no harm done on that. So I'm going to draw them over here to the right, and then just fall down and get out of here if I can. Oh, good. They respawn, so now I got 2 of them to deal with. Okay. Fall off to the right. A couple of straight bow staff strikes should take out those enemies. We got our Foot Clan balloon, our weird alien blue guys with 1 black eye. I mean, it's just an odd cast of characters you have to fight in this game. Now, one thing I will give it credit for, I do think the turtles are drawn pretty well. Frankly, I like the build of them and how they walk around and stuff like that. It's a janky game. In general, like how the attacks go and where you actually, like the hitboxes and stuff. But the actual turtles, I think, are drawn pretty well. All right, back into the party wagon. We have everything we need. We are going to make our way over now to the right. Watch out for the steamrollers. After we kill the barrier to the left. Down here against the water, and then we are going to enter this building. Now, you don't have to enter this building, but because I like to make games easier if I can, we are going to enter this building, and we're actually going to start building up our scrolls. Scrolls, of course, we would know, are the most powerful weapon in this game. You would know that because, of course, scrolls are talked about as the most powerful weapon in TMNT, right? No, they're never mentioned ever. And we have no idea why a scroll weapon would at all be the most powerful, but sure enough, that's what they did in this game. But with Donnie, you can clear out these areas relatively easily. Oh, good, they double spawned here. That's fantastic for us. But you can take out these flaming turkey legs here. Just a bow staff will clear them out. And then, excuse me, jump up to the left and take out this mini boss before you descend down into the sewers. So descending into the sewers here, I jump off the ladder here and go to the left so I don't take an immediate hit. And I'm not going to give the scrolls to Don. I'm actually going to give them to 1 to Leo, 1 to Raph, and 1 to Mike, so that I have them spread across all the turtles in case either I pick up a drop of a different weapon that I don't want, or in case one dies, I've kind of hedged my bets. So once you get down to the base into the sewer, just fall in, and then you can re-enter the building from the other side or go through the same side that we just went through. You just walk over one building to enter that way. But I'll show you both directions here of how we go through this building to grab those scroll weapons. It's not too bad. It's maybe a little bit longer from this side, but not a big deal either way. All right, take out these enemies here. Oh, just missed them twice. Perfect. There we go. And instead, now we're going to approach the sewer from the left side, which means that we are going to run into a full pizza. So in case you were running low on health for any of your turtles, you've got an opportunity right here to grab it. So quick land on that little brick, a mini jump, and get your pizza over here. So Donnie is now back at full health for us. There will be another full pizza later in this stage that you can actually use multiple times to get everyone back to full health, but just in case you need a little pick-me-up between now and then, you can grab that. And then if you ascend from this side, now you're attacking, or now you're getting the scrolls from the other direction, which we saw just a moment ago. If you climb straight up and climb off the ladder, you should get out in time before those bombs drop. And then we got Raph, his scrolls. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Thank you, Meatloaf, for that wise advice. But we're still going to go for 3 out of 3. Make sure we get them out of here. So Raph, into the water. Of course you can't swim. Why would you be able to? You're a turtle. All right, back to Donnie. One more time through this thing should give us all the scrolls that we're going to need. There are other areas that you can get scroll weapons as well. This just happens to be the one that is kind of easiest for me to collect them, as well as like amass them throughout the, just amass them in this area. That doesn't take too long. And having them from this point on does provide a bit of ease in some of the next areas coming up. So worthwhile investment to take 5 minutes or 6 minutes or whatever it happens to be to get these scrolls at this point. Okay, one more time back through here. If old Flame Legs fires those things out, I'll grab a pizza for nothing. Well, not for nothing, on principle. It's pizza. It's the turtles. Of course you got to grab the pizza. All right, clear that enemy. Small jump across. Again, you can just walk through the small gaps, and we will ascend one more time to the top. I just hop over this guy too, no matter who he happens to be. Just one jump up and you're good. All right, let's switch over to Mike to grab the last scrolls, and also if he takes a shot on the head, I want it to be Mike and not Don. Okay, 60 scrolls should be more than enough to deal with what we've got to here at the end. So we're just going to hop off, grab our ropes, which you'll find you don't actually need more than 3 of. And we are juiced up. All right, rest of the party wagon stage now. We're going to work our way to the left, take out this steamroller, and then clear the barrier on the bottom. You cross over to the very bottom of the screen. Now you're going to work your way to the right, taking out another steamroller in the process. And just for a note, you have 3 extra rockets that you can use in this area. So if you want to take out one of those steamrollers in one shot, just note that you have 3 extra rockets that you can use if you follow this path that we're going on. So hug the left border here and fire a rocket. It's going to take out 1, 2, 3 of the steamrollers and the barrier if you chase it up there. A very satisfying rocket fire right in there. And then up and around this building. And we have just one more to go right there. And that is the last barrier you need to clear, and you're going to find your way to the last stage that you need to get through before getting to the boss of Area 3. So, I particularly don't... we're going to switch over to Donnie here. Just move slowly as you go through here. Clear out the enemies as they present themselves. You might have some things flying ahead. You got these flame guys, which are just the best to deal with. Another set of these. Come on. Hate this. Hate these games. Okay. Clear out that guy, and then down the ladder we go into the sewer here. Jump off to the left quickly if you can, and then take out those enemies. Now we got to worry about... this is an area where you have to worry about some drops, so it is a little bit nerve-wracking. I like to use Leo here, or Don, but Don's weapon doesn't fire quite as fast. I don't know. I'm not quite as quick with Don as I am with Leo, but let's try it with Don for now. See, that's why I don't like to use that. I just don't have the timing of it as well as I need to. So, all right, we'll try this one more time. We'll do this the right way. I'm going to use Leo when I get down there next, I think, just to make sure that we get through. So, this is just in case you fell asleep during the last minute and a half of this game. This is how you clear this room, because I know obviously you've had the game on pause and you were waiting for me to recover or refresh on how to do this area. So I'll do it for you, because I care. Okay, back down into the sewer. Quick fall to the left, take out those enemies. So long, Hedzo. And now we work our way over to the right. Let's use Leo this time. I do a better job with his weapon and timing. Just seems to fire off faster and clear faster. So you jump there. If that thing drops a weapon, you just have no way of escaping, taking the drop that it gives you. So got fortunate there that we didn't have to worry about any of those. So still 60 scrolls strong. Just wait here for that guy to fall into the water. And then take out this red balloon. One of the 99 red balloons. Luftballons. Giving you an idea of what era I come from. Jump up here. One more enemy to take out right as you fall. And then let this guy fall into the water. And then you have that full pizza that I talked about earlier that you can use to refresh all of your turtles' health if they need it. So I think everyone's full health, though. So we're going to use Donnie for this last section. Take out that first enemy, thank goodness. Actually, you can get that weapon with Donnie because he doesn't have scrolls, so nice to have a little secondary weapon there. And then take out this row of enemies before climbing up the ladder on the right. Now, get off the ladder as soon as you can so that thing doesn't drop on you. And then you can hop up the ladder and take out these two enemies once they get over there. So far, so good. Working our way through Area 3, which is one of the more time-consuming areas for me in this game, generally speaking. So, okay, Flame Guy. We're used to clearing these things out now. A couple of bow staff strikes, and they're out of there. Then you ascend to the building tops. Immediately fire up so you can take out that bat enemy or flying enemy. Oh, Flame Guy despawned. Awesome. I'm going to switch over to, let's go with Raph, I think, for this. Engage the scroll weapon. It's the easiest way for me. There are other options, I'm sure, but the scroll takes this guy out in 3 shots, and then he changes into Mecha Turtle, and you're going to take him out with 4 more scrolls. So it's got a wide hit radius. It's very strong, and with about, hopefully 7, 8 scrolls, you can take care of both installments of the boss there. And we are now through Area 3. Splinter is back in our custody, thank goodness. And we are going to chase that helicopter. So, we are now into Area 4. And again, we're going to heavily rely on Don here. He's just the best one to use. He's got the strongest weapon and he's great. Of course, we're going to take a hit there because we're not very good. And I just going to hop over all these guys. Forget all of them. Don't need to clear them in this area. Just got to get up the ladder in that first section. Now these enemies, once they jump at you, you can just kind of back up and let them just keep jumping like a goofball, because that's all they do. They don't really attack you after they kind of jump towards you and then keep jumping. So ascend the ladder here. A couple more of these dragonfly things going back and forth. One bow staff will take them out. One more of these Rat King type enemies. I call it Rat King. I assume it is, but maybe it's not. And then the ropes. This is when you actually utilize those 3 ropes that you've gathered. All you need is 3, and they're available in a couple rooms before what you're seeing here. So it's not like if you missed them in the sewer area, you can just pick them up here before you ascend to this building. One more rope to go. And that'll do it. I remember a friend of mine told me that he spent so much time amassing these ropes in the party wagon level one time, only to find that you don't need any of them, basically. And he was quite mad about that. Another thing that makes this game just awesome to play. All right, half pizza in case you need to recharge anybody. We're going to make sure that Don is at full health. And where are we descending into now? A couple of screens to move down. I like to wait until the timing is right. Well, this guy's going to let me hit him. But the timing is right where I can just kind of fall down and then jump over these guys. Don't even have to battle them if I don't have to. And then up onto the top platform and down the next ladder. So we're rolling steady here. Take this guy out if you want to. I guess you don't really need to. You just got to work your way to the right. And then if you can, one more of these, and then let this thing despawn by going off the screen, and then you are out of Area 1. Now, there are a couple of different ways you can move through this next section. I'll just show you one of them, but all roads lead home in this. All the sewers are numbered, so you can work your way through. I'll kind of just, keep track of the numbers of the sewers that we go through as we get through this first section, but It's just one of the two paths that you can take, so it's really preferential what you like. I just take the path that I'm more comfortable with clearing these enemies. So, all right, work our way down after getting through that little stage here. Now we're going to have a mini boss to take care of, and take him out very easily, and up we go on the next section. I don't know why I prefer Raph here, but I do. I think I take a little bit more damage, and I'd rather it not be Don if I don't have to. And I'm just comfortable with his size taking out these enemies with one shot at kind of like the right level. So, all right, one more of these. Just back up. Like I said, they just jump there like idiots when you get close enough. So there's another one. Come on. There's that. Okay. Jump, take that out. Clearing this area more and more just makes it that much easier. Okay. And out we go from Sewer 2. Moving along. Now we have a couple of choices. I'm going to take the north choice here. Like I said, if you take the bottom, it's no big deal. You can take the bottom and still get to where you have to go, but you're just not going to see that sewer in this particular walkthrough. Clear those enemies out, all at chest level with Raph's Sai, and you are through. And then we're going to work top left here for the next sewer that we go through, and this is going to be number 6. So, what have we done so far? 1, 2, 3, 6, I believe, for those of you keeping track at home. All right, back to Raph just to make sure that we preserve Donnie's life here. Oh, this is easy. He just got right up there and let us kill him from below. Okay. Clear that out. Now we're getting our workout in on this reverse treadmill. Raph's Sai is very nice for taking out those things. Oh, I hate these things. Oh, look at me. Being smooth. Man, I should do NES walkthroughs with how good I am at this. My gosh. All right, clear out that room there. One more of these laser shooters. And up through sewer number 6. Doing pretty well right now. Very steady as far as health goes on all the turtles. Now we're going to enter sewer 8, which is, I believe, the only option we have here. And we're just going to make our way to the other ladder. You can clear out that, Rat King enemy or whatever. You don't have to get to this last one. Just kind of jump over and avoid him entirely. And up you go. Now from here, we're going to pass that first sewer that we come across, and we're going to go into sewer number 9, where there's just a mini boss to take care of. And out we go. Up the other side. Now we're into the big runway, where there are a few sewer options that we can go through. So working our way up, at the top of this section in the middle, right there's a sewer that is number 12. We'll enter that in a minute, but I want to show you guys where if you've lost a turtle at this point, there is a free turtle available in sewer 13, which is all the way over to the right. It would be right down there in the middle. If you have lost a turtle, you can regain one there, and then once you have, work your way back to sewer number 12, which I'm headed towards right now. Watch out for the F1, the bombers that are just dropping napalm on you, because that's a normal thing to do. So into sewer 12. Now this is the way that I like to go here. It's not, you don't have to this way. I actually think as I'm watching this, as I'm taking massive damage, but also I've been doing a little bit of research about what the best path is here, and I don't believe this is it. In fact, going up through sewer 13 and then through 14 might be better. I believe there are more scroll weapons available. But in this sewer, there is a full pizza. So I'm just going to take this way for now. And maybe in the future, I'll have to amend the way that I go through this section of the game. But once you clear these things out, now you got a full pizza. And you can grab it with Raph there. That was nice because he was hurting. And then if you choose, you can stock up a little bit more here. So I'll take Leo here. Just clear out all these things. And, I'll take a few hits. Try to get Mikey healthy here in just a second. Let's switch over. Yeah, there we go. Little hop, grab my pie, up I go, and then use Leo one more time, and should be able to get everyone back to full health after one more time clearing this sewer here. One more of those. There we go. Little hop, skip jump, boom. All right, all full, and moving on. And we're going to go straight south to sewer number 15 here. Back to Raph, who can clear out these dragonfly things. And then these guys right there. I take the north route. Some people have taken the south. And you can just, go underneath these little treadmill areas and take the shot with the spikes there. It's not... whatever strat works for you. I like to take the top, but there is a full pizza down here as well. So any damage that you do take, you can go ahead and recoup here at that point. And then quick jump. Oh, get out of the way. Come on. There we go. Move forward. And up we go. All right, there we are. Over another hop here. And now comes one of the more treacherous jumps in all the game that you got to make sure that you have the right height jump on this one. You're going to just do like you could do a full jump or a mid-level jump there, but the smallest jump will kill you. So be conscious of that. I just do the full jump to be safe, and then we're over onto the treadmill. Now, 16 is a sewer that does offer some pizza in case you need to build up your health anywhere, but then 17 is actually where you want to go to advance from here. So clearing out this room, if I can. There we go. Using Leo because it takes longer. There we go. And now let's fire over to the right and take that thing out. Okay. And then up we go to the top here. Let's grab Raph if we can. Take out these dragonfly thingies. Whatever they are. There we go. Take that out. Oh, get out of here. Oh, what a terrible break that was. Okay. And then fire that. Okay. Once we've cleared that area, we've got to descend. Here is another terribly stressful part of this game, is that you have to fall down in perfect rhythm in these next two screens, otherwise you die. So I'm going to use Raph here. He has the fewest number of scrolls, so if he does die, it's not going to cost me that much. And of course, I walked right over that empty gap and died immediately, because this game's awful, and a mistake like that costs you your life immediately. So I could go back to Sewer 13 if I want to grab him. In this case, I'm not going to, because there is the ability to get another turtle restored in Area 5. So I'll just wait until then to get him. So I really just want to get through this last sewer, take out the boss of this area, and then we'll regather Raph at the end of Area 5. So, now I'm in deep trouble because Leo, of course, the handler of katana blades, sharp metal swords, has the weakest weapon out of all four turtles. A completely logical a conclusion to draw based on what his weapon is and how he's the leader of the pack and strong and all this. Of course he'd be the weakest. All right, one more try. Off to the left, good drop, and through. Good. 1 out of 2. You cannot get touched by those spiky boards. We all know how dangerous spiky boards are. And there we go. We drop down through 2, and now we are approaching the boss in door number 18, I suppose. All you want to do for this one is get right in the middle of the screen, right underneath the Mouser's eyes. He fires some lasers, and then you can just fire upwards with Donnie's bow, take out the Mousers as they fall out of his mouth, and you're just going to repeat that pattern until this thing is gone. So should take 1 or 2 times of him opening his mouth, maybe 2 or 3 times opening his mouth, and you should be able to take out the Mouser. And he cracks and blows up, and it's fantastic. And we are through Area 4. Only 2 more to go. Isn't this game fun? Go to the enemy base by Blimp. You have my support. Well, if I didn't have your support, April, I wouldn't go. But since you told us, I'll do it. It is a cool appearance by the turtle blimp there. I do like that. And into the twilight. All right, now we have infiltrated the Foot Clan base, and they have these spy helicopters and drones looking for us. If you go down and then to the left, you'll enter the one building that you can enter here to gather both pizza and a lost turtle if you have one. So if you go down that first ladder immediately and then hop over this little spike pit to the right, break the wall, and then if you jump up, you find Raph, who's just chilling. Now, I was convinced that he shrunk into a pit of nothing. He was completely dead. But in fact, he was just captured. So I must have missed the ropes they tied him up with when he died before. Okay, ascend the ladder, and we can work our way to the right if you want to grab some pizza. I actually realize that that is a death sentence and don't want to even bother. So I'm getting the heck out of here. All right, the Technodrome now can be in one of 3 sewers in this area. If you look at your map, they're marked off with white, and basically your job is the same in all of them, is that you have to descend all the way as low as you can and go as far to the right as you can in both. So no matter what sewer you're in, go down and to the right as far as you can in either option. And once you've done that, you'll find a door that will lead you either to the Technodrome or to an empty area where you then have to exit and then get yourself back out of the cave that you've gotten into, which is no fun task. So really your hope here is that the Technodrome appears on the first in the first cave that you attempt. And in my estimation, this one to the top right of the overworld is the easiest, so I'm trying that one first. Oh, and we got super lucky. It's right here. All right, if it weren't here, you would just be in an empty room, and then you would have to turn around and get out of here. But we're not going to do that. We are going to light it up with scrolls, take out that first appendage that it has, as well as that chute where foot soldiers are coming out of. Once you've taken that out and the other guns that it has on it, it's probably prepped to the point where you can hop up there and start to deal it some real damage. So I will switch over to Donnie here. Took a little hit, whoops. But I can just fire my bow staff up to take that thing out so that I'm not taking hits every 2 seconds. Come on, get out of here, gun. Okay, good. We're pretty much clear now. Every time that eye opens up, you're going to want to hit it with Donnie's bow. It only opens for a minute, but you can just kind of take your time. Now I'm working the back appendage here, this thing that's firing off electricity, just because I don't want to have to deal with it. Not that it ever really comes into play, but there's also a completionist aspect to this, is that I want to completely obliterate the Technodrome before I take it out entirely. Because I want to. How about that? A couple more shots here. Out goes the Technodrome, which from what I can tell, to scale, it's like 20 feet wide? So it shouldn't be a long last level, but in fact it is, and it's awful. But we are through Area 5. We've taken out the Technodrome now. We've entered it, and we are into the final battle coming up. So if any of you got to this point as children, please comment that you are in fact deities in the comments, and I would like to give you your proper respect. I never saw the Technodrome level that we're entering now until I was an adult and practiced this game like crazy. So proper respect to all of you who have gotten to this point before you turned 35 years old and revisited this game as some way of clinging to your youth. All right, let's switch over to Donnie. Duck through these flying rocket laser enemies, which of course, again, very, very documented in TMNT canon that they are staples, just like Bebop and Rocksteady. Remember when we fought them 6 whole areas ago? Yeah, we haven't thought about them since. Oh, terrible. Okay. Work your way through this top section, duck and fire with Don if you need to take out any of these little whirligig type of enemies that come at you. And then on this bottom section, you can work your way to the right. Make sure to take out that gun from the top. I don't descend here. I actually just go all the way to the right, grab that pizza. And in this case, we're going to give it to Donnie because he is the most important for this last section, in my opinion. As he is for basically the entire game. I don't go down that ladder here. We're going to work our way back up and to the left. So just keep firing out that bow. Make sure you take out any spawned enemies. Do not climb the ladder in this next section right away. Let this enemy go past you and then go to the right to let it despawn. Switch over to Leo and just kind of advance slowly here. There's a little like dinosaur type enemy here. I'm just going to take it out from the range. It takes like 8 shots or so. Or 5 shots, whatever it is, depending on how much health you have. Then immediately take a hit, just jump up to the next level, and then switch back to Don. Okay, take out the whirligig. Up we go on the top, and hopefully, yes, no spawn there. Sometimes there's a spawned enemy you got to avoid, but get into that door, and we're into the second area of the Technodrome, marked by the blue walls here. So drop down in this next section, you can take out any enemies, and then gotta watch out for both of those. And then what you're gonna do is kind of get at the range of the staff here, just do a small jump and fire out your bow. We're gonna take out this gun, and very importantly, we're gonna work our way to the left to jump over this gap before descending, so we can get some more scrolls. So grab whoever has some scrolls, maybe it's Leo, maybe it's Mike, and fire 2 of them at that gun to take it out. And once you've done that, you can switch back over, do a big jump across, grab Donnie. We're going to do the same thing. Just jump, a small jump, and fire your bow out to take out the gun. Work your way to the left, And maybe one more enemy. Okay, it didn't spawn for us. And there's another scroll weapon. So we're going to give this one to Raph, which was convenient because we picked him up since he died. So now we have 47 scroll weapons. Should be in good shape here to get through. And then you're going to fall down this first pit and work your way to the right. Just avoid these enemies as best you can. You don't even have to engage them, and then just fall down. Oh, don't do that, though. Don't take 3 shots before falling down. Just try to fall down immediately without taking any damage. Okay, up here, do not fall down immediately, though. The reason I'm not, like, hemming and hawing over all that health I lost is because if you jump over this gap here, you're going to grab yourself another full pizza after going down that ladder. Okay, and then back up we go, and now we can fall down this pit. From here, I'm going to switch over to Raph. Want to preserve a little bit of health if I can for Donnie, as well as, well, in this case, we're not actually going to confront anything. We're just going to fall down to the left, nice and easy. And then from here, we're going to engage the scrolls and just fire these out ahead of us for any of these enemies. Oh gosh, we got these stupid robot enemies to deal with. Okay, from here, we might be able to just duck our way through and descend. And then what we want to do is hop over the gun, grab the special weapon here, and you're going to do this spinny thing all the way to the left. Take out any enemies that are in this room before getting all the way to the left and into the final tunnel of the Technodrome. So keep those scrolls engaged. You're going to take out these whirligig enemies. Now these rocket laser enemies are going to show up. You really should just duck through those. I didn't do a good job of that last time. Just duck here, let them pass you, and then advance, and then take out the whirligig. Duck, let them pass you, advance, whirligig. You're going to repeat that pattern until the hallway is so narrow that you cannot do that anymore. So a couple of scrolls take out those weapons. Okay, I'm almost dead. I got to switch over. Let's go to Mike. He's got scrolls available to use. So let's just, oh gosh, we got to get these things out of here. Get this guy behind me out of here. Okay, good. All right, then from here, and now you're in the narrow area. Every time that one of these rocket guys approaches, I gotta use Donnie. I gotta use, oh gosh, this is tough. Maybe Leo. Maybe I'll do scrolls instead. I can use scrolls because I'll preserve Donnie's life. So every time one of these rocket guys approaches, duck and let him fade off the screen. Then take out the whirligig weapon, approach, guy, fades, whirligig. Approach, duck, fade, whirligig. Same pattern until you get to the not so narrow part of this area. And all right, now it's time to switch over to Donnie. We're going to have 2 more of these whirligig enemies. 1, 2, and now we're going to climb up the ladder to the last mini boss before Shredder. My hands are sweating. I can't really see my, what's going on. I've sort of blacked out. Just duck and use Donnie's bow to take that guy out if you have enough health with him. And now we are into the final confrontation with Shredder. Here's the key to Shredder, at least the way that I've fought him. Get over to the right platform, let him spawn, and as soon as he does, hit him with the bow twice to knock him off the platform. 1, 2, boom. He's going to keep trying to jump up. Just fire the bow out, and it will hurt him, and he'll keep falling backwards. This is the technique I use. It seems to work just fine. There might be better ones that you can use, but we are only 4 hits away. No, we're 3 hits away. 2 hits away. And at this point, my heart is beating crazy out of my chest, and Shredder goes up in flames. It's finally done. This wretched game that I never got to play 2 players, that just include an insane amount of difficulty and crazy enemies, is finally over. So of course, they're going to reward the players that have endured this with a fantastic ending, aren't they? You defeated Shredder and saved the world. Now I can turn back to human form. What? That's something that never happened in TMNT. Thanks, you guys have excelled my skills. Oh my gosh, tell me this is the whole ending. Oh, Splinter is back to his real form. You guys are great. Thanks for your help. Let's celebrate with a pizza. As one of my friends has said, the adventures of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is now concluded. Give me a break. We need money to shoot out of this Nintendo. We just beat the hardest game in the world. Hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly didn't. See you later.